My name is Celline Claudia. I'm a student in Universitas Tanjung Pura, and my major is International Management, batch 2018. So today I would like to share you about the information about the video on YouTube. That the title is Human Resource Basics, Human Resource Management. So let us start with the first question. For the first question, in my opinion, that this video tells us about the short course about the human resource basics that make us understand well about the particular human resource system, and also this video tells us about the human resource management in a simple model. The video also tells that the three kinds of important things in human resource basics. So that the first is history, and then the second one is the role of human resource itself, and the third one is the model of the human resource. So that the second question is about who is the speaker in that video. So the speaker is Greg Lindbergh, that is presented by the Greg Learning. So for the third question, that about the explanation that I can conclude from the speaker is that human resource is the formal system that made to manage the people in a one organization to achieve the goals. And also the history of human resource is that human resource has evolved since the beginning of 1900, and in 1900s that the human resource always developed, and until 1990s that human resource department has more concern with the cost planning and also about the application about the human resource strategies to achieve the company's goal. The role of human resource in a company is really important, so that if the company have the human resource department, there are three kinds of different roles, which are the first one is strategic, and then the second one is operational, and then the third one is administrative. So the first one is strategic. It means that there are the connection between the human resource strategy and also the organizational strategy or the mission and the work process of the employee itself to achieve the goals of the organizational. And then the second one is operational. This operational means to managing the functional of the human resource activities, and it's also the roles is to control that the strategy is well done or not. And then the third one is administrative. Administrative is also called as record keeping, and also the process of administration in a company. And also, as we know that this is the present role or the present structure for the human resource in nowadays. But the past of the human resource itself, the structure, there are the different roles is that the first is the same, strategic, operational, and also administrative. But based on those pictures, the first and the second one, there's different kind of triangle. So the first one, or we call the present roles or the present structure of the human resource management, is that the strategic is the having the most percentage of the structure, and also the second one is operational, and the third one is administrative. It means that the company or the organizational is more focused on the strategic. But at the past role of the company or the structure of the human resources, that based on this triangle, that the triangle or the administrative is more concerned as to be more important. So that's the different kind of triangle that is we know about the role of the human resource in a company. So the third explanation is about the model of human resource. The model of human resource have 8 key functional areas. The first one is strategic and planning, and then the second one is compliance, and the third one is talent management, and then the fourth one is training and development, and then the next one is performance, and performance management, and then next is total rewards and also the safety and healthy, and then the last is employee and the labor relations. So the first one is strategy and planning. It means that the human resources to identify and manage the current and future needs to achieve the company's goals. So that the first activities is that analysis and then planning and also metrics and technology and also effectiveness. So the second one is compliance. Compliance means that doing what is asked and or required by the local government or also the federal. So the activities is that the equal employment, so that it means that all of the employee must be treated well. And then the second one is state regulation, and then the third one is local regulation and federal regulation. And then the third one is talent management. That means that integrated process to attract and motivate the employees so that they can know well about the talent of the employees, so they can achieve the goals of the company very well because they suitable with their own talent and the achievement of the companies also. And the activities is just like requirement, so that the human resource must be required with the suitable needs of the company, like in the interviewing, so that the manager can know very well about the background of the background of the employee itself, and also the selecting and hiring, because when the manager needs to select and hire the employee very well, because it is really connected with the suitable needs of the company, so that they don't decide wrong decisions. And then the next one is training and development. And training and development means that the betterment of people and performance through information they will use. So that the activity is just like training, so that the manager can give some training, so that the employee will know what is right, what is wrong, and they know how to do it or not to do it like that. So they know whether it is right or wrong. So the second one is development. It is also important for the company that developing the company, so that it means that they need to have developed their own employee too. And then the third one is career planning. So the next one is performance management. Performance management is really important in the company because it is the process to ensure that the organization connects mission with the work of the employees. Means that the company or the manager of the company must know or must find the way to connect with the mission of the company itself to the also the good performance for the employee itself. So it is must be connected each other. So that the activity is appraisal, and then the improvement is really important because everybody or every part of the department of the company must improve, so that the company can achieve the goal very well. And the third one is the intervention. So that the next one is total rewards. Total rewards means that the financial and non-financial tools used to attract, motivate, and retain the employees. So the activity is that compensation, the benefits, recognition, and work life. And then the next one is safety and health. It is also means that ensuring the safety, health, and also the welfare of the people at work. So because it is really important when the happy people work in the company, it means that they work very responsible, so that the company can also achieve the goals, and the happy people in that company also work with a responsibility. And the activity is that the employee safety, it is really important to have or the rules about the employee safety, and then the security, and then the work calm. And then the last is employee and labor relations, is that the relationship of employee with the organization with each other. So that the activity is policy, investigation, and then labor relations, and also employee rights. Employee rights is really important because everybody that work in one company must have the rights, so that they can have a free opinion, and also they can have good relations with other other employee. So that's all about the 8 keys of the model of the human resource. As a student, I get the information that human resource management is really important for students to learn, so that it will useful in the future, as maybe the student want to go to the big company and become a manager. So it is really important to learn. And I also think that human resource management is really related with our daily life. For example, like a student is joining the organization, so that by learning this human resource management, they can direct people, they can have controlling people also, and also give training to maybe other staff for recruiting them. And also human resource management also means that we need to planning some things to achieve our goals, because in an organization, in the campus, we know that every organization have their own goals, so that it is really important to learn human resource management, so that every staffs of that organization can know very well about their jobs, and they know about the strategies to achieve the goals, and also to make planning. And also I means that controlling each other is really important in organization, especially for a student at the campus, so that for example, first division have the wrong decision, so that the others will try to figure out or try to solve that problem, or maybe try to give advice to others in a good way. So I think that is really important as a student to learn about the human resource management. First is in the family, so that it is really important to implementing the human resource management. As we know that human resource management means that we are directing and also controlling, and it is really important that we implemented the human resource management in our family members. So that for me, I would like to implement this human resource management in my family members, so that I can direct or I can controlling about the maybe the everything or every activities in my house. So that the important things is that we know that our planning, our strategies, and also we can define or divide the jobs around each other, so that I can define my jobs in the house and my father and also my mother. So it is really important, so that they can go together, or we can achieve the same goals. So that planning is the first thing that is really important. So that the second one is the strategy, because every family have their own planning. The second is in the company. I also want to implement this human resource management, as we know that controlling and also directing the human resource or the employee in my company. So that the first thing is directing. Directing means that I will give some advice and also give direction, so that the employee can do very well about what is right to do or not to do. And then the second one is also I will try to training my employees, so that they can know directly the good way to do their job. And also the third one is the most important thing is that we need to hiring or selecting the good employees, so that it will be suitable with our company's needs. So that, for example, like in a company that want to looking for the employee that have the ability of technology, so that it must the company must also find the good or the suitable ability of the employee. So that it's my job, so I will try to find the really suitable with the needs of the company itself. So the next one is that the planning. Planning is also important, because in order to achieve the goals, it is really important for a company to know what is the planning of their own their own business so that they can achieve the goals. So that planning is really important. And the second one is also important is strategies. In order to achieve the goals, we must know the planning and also the strategy. So the strategy and the planning is connected each other. So it is really important for human resource manager to know about that. So that's all about my explanation and the information that I can share to you. I hope that you can understand well about my words, and I'm sorry if I have the wrong spelling or grammar about the explanation. So that's all, and thank you for watching. Bye.